What's good, boys and girls? It's your boy, Also Trendy. Today I'm Oz, the artist. You know, I'm painting. And this is the documentary. Make sure y'all tap into it. It's going to be historic one day. Y'all going to be looking for this on Netflix, Hulu, all that.
What is Outspoken?
What is Outspoken?
What is Outspoken?
Outspoken is a family first and foremost.
The family that keeps growing.
It's a place for creatives to go and be who they are unapologetically.
It's a place where you can just be yourself. It's a non-judgmental zone.
Outspoken is where I've come to see that I'm more than just a singer or more than just one category of what I thought I could do.
It's artists that push each other every time to make better work, to do better, and to just pursue their passions.
Students from different walks of life can collaborate, express, and share their God-given talents.
We come together as a collective because we all have something in common, but
It's having a space to find your voice and share your voice with people who understand the beauty that is creating art.
Outspoken. Yeah. It's 'cause I'm outspoken. 'Cause I'm outspoken. Yeah. It's 'cause I'm outspoken. Still rap circles around these.
Founded July 4th, 2007, the Outspoken Arts Collective began as a safe haven for young talent at Jackson State University. The organization had one goal: to give artists a platform for creative expression. The organization recognizes three founders: Tori Scarlett Thompson, Jamal Moving Testament Bolden, and Dierre Third World Georges, all of whom share a love of poetry. I had the pleasure of interviewing one of the founders of Outspoken, Tori Thompson, who shared the story behind the creation of the organization and how Outspoken began its journey.
When I got here at 05, there was very limited opportunity to do what we like to do. The events that were happening on campus, people were performing poetry, but there was no dedicated outlet for spoken word poets. You either joined this little writing society or you had to get a ride off campus to Millsaps College almost to go to 7 Studios. So I came up with the idea to start another student organization. We hosted some events. We did an event on the plaza to try to recruit people. Like, we had an open mic night to get people interested in it. I had a couple of my band folks, Dierre Georges, he was a saxophone player, Jamal Amir Bolden, who was a mellophone player. Micah Mills wasn't in the band, he's a graphic designer. I had talked to them folks and it was like, hey, we all doing this poetry thing, let's get this going. And I found a grown-up who will sign off for us. And so we got it established. I got an email in July that we got approved for the organization.
As Outspoken began to take shape, it wasn't without its challenges. From finding their first members to organizing early events, the journey was just the beginning. Tori reflects on those early days and the obstacles they had to overcome.
It was busy, bruh. Oh my Lord. Getting the organization established in the first place, a lot of work. So I told you we were hosting things in the library. I got this constitution, I got everything lined out. Now we need to find people with the work ethic and the values who can fulfill these roles. During our open mics, we had the people sign up. We ended up, I think, with about 30 folks who were willing to sign off to become charter members. And there was one young lady named Brittany Patton. I believe she was vice president that first year. She was so talented. She had such a charismatic personality. She just kind of came in and made herself vice president. I'm like, all right, girl, want to do the work? Come on in, we got you. There was a lot of that. So making sure that we had all of our paperwork taken care of, organizing events on campus. We had to come up with ideas to get money. You got to pay for these flyers, you got to pay for these t-shirts. But we had such an overwhelming positive response, both on campus and off campus when we did productions, that it was definitely worth all the work.
Outspoken has been shaped not only by the talent of its members, but by the strong leadership that has guided the collective through each chapter of its growth. From spoken word to music, past and current leaders have not only elevated their own craft, but also nurtured the artistic community around them. Aria Brent's journey with Outspoken began in 2019, and her leadership in artistry and spoken word helped the collective thrive.
As far as my leadership, when I was president of Outspoken, it influenced it because I don't play about spoken word. A lot of times you'll hear me refer to spoken word as my first love, and that's because it found me at a time where I felt very voiceless. I know that's kind of hard to imagine me voiceless, but I felt like I didn't have anybody to talk to. I didn't know how to express myself, or the things that I wanted to say, I wasn't really sure how to. With spoken word, as I've grown with it, I would like to think that with most of, if not all of my performances in Outspoken, I went up there and I left it on the stage. And so I treated the organization just as I treated my artistry. I did it with passion. I did it with love. I tried to put as much time into it as I could. Even if I didn't necessarily want to, it was definitely a very demanding position. And then I gave that to the people too. You know, I think it's easy to say, well, I'm the leader, so we're gonna do it like this. Or to say, well, this is the plan that I have in mind, so it needs to move like A, B, C, and D. But like, businesses only move with people. So although it might be business, you have to be able to be personable. You have to be able to care about folks. You have to take the time out to say, hey, how are you doing? What's going on in your life? And I hope that everybody who was there or who knew me as president of Outspoken, they felt like I was taking the time out to care about them as people and to make sure that business was being handled, but also care about folks in general. That organization does not exist without the very people who are in it and who come and support us and who are constantly pouring into Outspoken's existence.
As Aria passed the baton in 2021, Trinity Smith took the reins, bringing her own unique blend of spoken word and music to the collective. As president in 2022, Trinity not only expanded Outspoken's reach, but also deepened the group's sense of collaboration and creative exploration.
I feel like transitioning into the position wasn't that hard for me because I have like this kind of like natural born leadership, I guess, thing in me. It's just something in my nature to just be able to lead. I feel like because I watched who came before me, it only just showed me how to elevate that. My favorite things that I did during my term was the OAC Awards because it was an effort to really acknowledge the work that so many artists do. When you're a small artist, you don't get that appreciation so early, but you need it and you deserve it because the work is there. I feel like I just influenced collectiveness and family to the point where everybody just started collaborating. Even though Outspoken does collaborate, you just saw it in such a massive way. Like London made a whole album with a whole bunch of artists, poets, everything. People rapping for the first time they ain't rapped before, like, yeah.
Following Trinity's presidency, Dominic Hines stepped up as the next leader. For Dominic, music had always been at the heart of his Outspoken journey. As the current president of Outspoken, his leadership and artistic vision continue to push the group forward.
For me, going into my presidency, I always used to talk to Dierre about creating a culture within the environment of Outspoken. And I feel that one of the things that was missing was that family-like environment that we had cultivated throughout the organization, even when I came in 2022. But I feel like that would be a good thing to bring back to this organization in this new era of artists that we're bringing in. The biggest things for me, for everybody that I brought in Outspoken, was to be authentic in your craft. I feel like we created a space where there isn't judgment, but also we want people to be authentic to who they are and we don't want to change them. That's really one of the things that I really love about this organization, is push me out of my comfort zone to be able to want to do more and push my music further than what I thought it could be.
Outspoken has always been about artistic discovery and growth, providing a platform for its members to push their creative boundaries and find their voice. Each artist's journey through the collective is unique as they hone their skills, navigate their craft, and make a mark on the creative world. I had the pleasure of chatting with 3 former and current members to talk about their experience with Outspoken. For Jayla, also known as Big Mo, Outspoken provided the platform she needed to take her talent to new heights. As the newest member of Outspoken, she's already making her mark.
My experience has been very life-changing. I would like to say that. I was very nervous just really being an artist and really accepting who I am as an artist. Since I've came into Outspoken, my experience has been amazing. I have amazing mentors. And it just feels like a family, and it gives me the opportunity to grow within my artistry. It's definitely challenging because I'm a type of person who likes to get everything right then and there. If I don't get it right, then I'm gonna be irritated, or I'm gonna feel like, oh, maybe I'm not good enough. That was my biggest challenge, to start accepting what people are saying and start actually comprehending and listening, and how it really affected my artistry. Because once I started accepting those criticism or accepting those notes, it really grew me as an artist.
Navia joined Outspoken in 2022, bringing his unique versatility to the collective. Over the past year, Navia has built a strong following, proving that dedication and artistry go hand in hand with carving out a place in music.
I have different songs for like different moments. You know, sometimes I have songs I'm having fun. Sometimes I have songs like when I'm like going through stuff. And I know people can relate with all of that because, I mean, who don't want to have fun and who hasn't been through stuff? So like Outspoken, that kind of tied everything in to where it's like, if you having like a, let's say, a performance for like Black History, you don't want to get up there and make songs about going to the club, shooting this guy, stabbing this guy. You know, it kind of help you read the room more because you're in like more diverse settings. I had a performance that we did in a courtyard, and it was an old old head. He probably like came in about 2008, 2009 or whatever. And you know, he was giving me constructive criticism about my performance and like how to get other people engaged inside of my music and stuff like that. So I started looking at my performances from a different perspective, as in like how I can get the people in the crowd involved with my performance and not just me performing to them, but like all of us like performing together. That kind of motivated me like to switch stuff up.
Malia Briggs, aka Malia Dawn, joined Outspoken in 2021, bringing her unique alternative R&B sound to the collective. Her soulful voice and genre-bending music have made her a standout talent in the group.
Being at Outspoken has definitely expanded my capacity for being a collaborator and shown me the beauty in teamwork and being with the collective of people who are like-minded. Coming out of the pandemic is when I got into JSU, and so my first year was online and then the first semester on campus, so I hit the ground running, but I also was very used to working in seclusion, writing alone, working alone, not really having demos to have somebody listen to or just even to share like, hey, this is a song I made, what do you think? Or not even what you think, but like, I just want to share it. Because sometimes you don't want opinions, sometimes you just want to share it, and other times you do want the critiques and the feedback. And I think the latter of that is what Outspoken showed me more of. And it opened my mind to just listening and to having that within the system of how I work and how I create. Not letting it be the end all be all, but opening myself up more to those voices and people who have experience and actually care and they want to help you make the best version of your art that you can make.
Since joining in 2009 and becoming an advisor in 2017, Kentrich Rush has been the silent force behind Outspoken's growth, helping the collective leave a lasting mark on both Jackson State University and the community.
Coming back here after grad school in Atlanta and being part of the organization and later an advisor for the organization and seeing the growth, seeing the love, seeing what we were back then, but also just what we could be realized even more with this generation. I love that and I'm inspired by that every day. From this vantage point, I'm able to see even more of how Outspoken is able to change people's lives and really help them in their not only college career but their artistic careers. As a member, you kind of see it, but you may be too close to it to really see the impact of it. But when I look at the students who later graduate and still come around, still participate, or still there for the organization and whatever is needed, whether it's mentorship, whether it's being the DJ for an event, bringing the sound system, come to the studio, let's make some records. Like, all of that is such a beautiful thing to see, and being an advisor and seeing the organization through several years, you're able to see that more than as a student who, you know, may leave and go on to that next step outside of Jackson State in this organization.
As the collective continues to evolve, its members are dedicated to ensuring that Outspoken remains the beacon for creativity, inclusivity, and artistic innovation for years to come. Each member brings a unique vision for the future of the collective, as well as personal commitment to ensuring the success of the organization.
What I envision for the future of Outspoken really is...
Sooner or later in the future, Outspoken is going to be way bigger than it is on campus. I mean,
we got the platform right now that we can really do anything we want.
People should be getting more and more comfortable with being themselves.
I think that we're just now allowing people to see that it's more than community, it's actually therapy in a way.
The fact that Outspoken still has breath and it still has life is the reward of showing up to those meetings when you really have a way up here, performing when you sick that day, meeting with your mentor because you know your performance shaky in and you got to perform tomorrow. Like,
you never really know with Outspoken. You're not able to really pinpoint who's gonna be who for the organization and what's gonna be what, but you do know that it is gonna be something bigger. I'm just excited to see where the next generation takes it. I'm super proud of what it's become, and I'm ecstatic just to see where it's gonna go in the future.
Who really f***ing with us? You was young in the game, life was hard, we go hard. Who really f***ing with us? Just some youngsters in the game, life was hard. Who really f***ing with us? Nada. Yeah.